Hey there folks, welcome back to Grim Dawn. Alright, looks like we broke a couple of crates here. Break the crates, knock over the barrels, just look for all that there loot. Probably not necessarily the most efficient use of time. Oh good! We can finally head down the stairs and find what I'm sure is a hero who's killed everything and is here to tell us that we won't be needed anymore. Everything's taken care of. The inner laboratory, alright? Well, the outer laboratory was terrible, so I'm sure this is going to be better. Yeah, see? Is that like... I don't know. I don't know what that is. Not sure I want to know. Pretty sure it used to be somebody, though. Alright. Yeah, let's head around this way. Just to be good and thorough, because they could certainly have stuck some loot in there. Alright. Not too bad. If you could not. If you could just not. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, taking some poison damage. It's fine. Possessed Arcanist. Good. Good. That fills me with confidence. And by confidence, I mean I'm scared. They've already figured out how to get to my kind. Which, I mean, I guess is also evidenced by the fact that we were possessed ourselves. This is armor. The Reborn. Is he also Dragonborn? Ow. He's Fireborn. Holy balls. You could just die without doing any more of this meteor crap. That would be nice. Also, you don't seem to have a particularly... Holy crap! A particularly long cooldown on that ability, sir. That doesn't seem fair. Alright. Oh, there's a crate. Any of this stuff any good? Mutant arm. Not particularly. There's a hat. It's an honest to goodness hat. Some energy regen plus spirit, which is unfortunate. It's more defensive ability. We can get by without it. Bassinet. Alright. We'll rock on with what we've got on. Please no. Sir? Sir? Alright, let's check out this little area down here. I mean, you never know where magical loot could be. And by magical, I mean higher than magical. I'm talking the good stuff. I'm talking the epics, the legendaries. Of course, legendaries don't start dropping until later in the game, but you know what? We're not worried about facts here. Yeah, that's good and creepy. I'm glad I came down here. Be weirded out by that crap. Alright. I'm sure there's nothing deadly and disturbing and disgusting up here. Underground jail. Good. For all those criminals he was bringing over here that weren't dead. But would be soon. Sweet. Good. Zenbrandt's notes. Sounds like a guy who's got his head on his shoulders. Colleague Gethrin took his life today, that short-sighted fool. He could never see the big picture. And this project was no different. He leveled up. Gethrin could not fathom the glorious vision of the ethereals and the role we'll play as early human collaborators. This isn't about personal gain. We will elevate humanity. That sounds like personal gain. Certainly there's been a cost in lives, but progress always has a price. So what of the dirty masses who will perish in the glorious dawn when the ethereals reveal themselves to the world? Interesting. To the ethereals, we're like some base primitive creature as a Slith are to us. Those of us who will serve, or better yet, bond with an ethereal shall forge a new human future. Like I said, that Zenbrandt, he sounds like a nice guy, a good guy with his head on his shoulders. Yeah, about that. Alright, let's go ahead and boost physique just a touch more. Have a reasonable openness to gear. Yeah, I think I'll just keep working on the mastery bars here for now. Vindictive Flame. Let's give that a go, shall we? So it's an active spell. So we'll have to activate it. Yes, indeed. Must be toggled to maintain its effect. Yeah, but we gain some speed, some extra damage. Yeah, so I don't get an actual timer here. I guess the thing is just kind of whenever it runs out, we've got to recast it. Not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. Kill the crystal. Steal the crystal. Do things with the crystal. Ow. You guys could not. Aetherfire is ranked, has reached rank 3. There's good old Zenbrandt, the Ascended. I guess that probably is the way he would see it. Aetherfire leather belt. Interesting. Now I know a thing or two about Aetherfire. Let's pick up said belt. Combat pants. Yes, I also often think of my my pants as combat worthy. Fire damage, ether damage, energy regen. To be honest, that does kind of sound better than what we're rocking now. we lose some defensive ability. But yeah, we'll gain some damage. So we'll go from 412 to 414. Huge, huge boost in damage. Check them numbers. Them numbers dough. Yeah, Aether damage isn't currently doing us much in the way of good. Let's go ahead and grab up this, this breastplate. Come on. There we go. Now let's head back to town. And sell, sell, sell. Sell while the selling is good. Not really, Luther. I probably won't even look at your wares. I'm a jerk that way. Might keep that around. That's also interesting. Got rid of it anyway. Oh, these only stack to 100. Oh, it's good to know. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I feel like we're kind of okay with where we are there. Question mark? Huh. Yeah.
Put it to good use.
I will. I will. Alright. Head back to this wonderful, wonderful jail. Alright. Guess I'll head over here and clear out this area. Ornate strongbox. Some loot. Right, that's where we found the notes from our good dead friend Zanbrant. Inventory helm of trauma. Nice. Interesting. More cages. Iron doors. I sense I know where we're going to be headed. The good warden has locked himself away in his own prison. Ow. I say ow because that hurt my pride. Hurt my pride that I clicked to swing at that guy. Instead of picking up what I wanted to pick up. Fortunately, I don't have much pride left. I know I'm bad. See? See? The map clearly indicates that door is closed, but I walked through it anyway. Rather, I walked into it. If I'd have walked through it, I'd look smart-ish. Hidden laboratory. There's a giant door. I don't think that counts as being hidden. Okay. Alright. I'll be honest. You got me. The music was something. I don't think I want to let that hit me, is my guess. Ow. You seem like a serious monster, sir. Ow. I just want to let you know it doesn't have to be this way. We can talk about this. Make me an offer. I have no I have no real reason to stay with the good guys.
When I'm done with you, I will crush your brains.
I don't know exactly what you just said, but I don't like the way it started. There was something about crushing my brains. I'm rather a fan of my brains. Oh, good. Good. That wasn't even his final form. He's got some kind of deadly, deadly nova. Let's stay at range, shall we? You seem like you're much more adept at, ow. Much more adept at close quarter fights than we are. So let's... Ow. Yeah, let's just potion away. You seem to be doing much better at the stun thing than I am. That almost ended poorly. Ah. Good, good. The table protects me. The table loves me. Just like the camera. Very nearly died, folks. And I say we, so I can kind of pass off some of the buck here. There we go. There we go. Ow. Damn it! I was just a second late. Well, I guess that means we get to do it again. Hooray! Yeah, that doesn't seem particularly great. I guess it's still worse than either of those, it seems. This is nice that I had set up a rift somewhere reasonably close. So I assume we get to start this fight all over again. Okay, no. Y'all regain some life. Ow. There we go. Achievement unlocked, delivering justice. Just rice. Looks like we got an elite there, so that's pretty nice. Curse of Burwitch. An epic, rather. Some chaos damage, increased chaos damage, physical damage converted to chaos damage. Interesting. Alright, so how about that? Vitality damage, cunning, spirit. Eh? Yeah, none of those look like necessarily where we want to be. The Warden's Chest. Alright. There's an epic. There's a rare. Is that a... There's a weapons rack. Let's check that out. You, I say. Alright, well, I guess we could head back and check out more of the lab. Or we could just head to town. It sounds like the much better choice. Tainted brain matter. Scarred and twisted by the manipulations of a powerful ethereal. I see. Shrewd Scepter of the Abomination. Aether damage, physical damage, plus physical, plus aether. Zeke, some cunning, some offensive ability. Astral Mantle. Elemental damage, so that would help what we're currently doing. Plus spirit, energy regen, light radius, lightning orb. Huh, so we would lose the 6% elemental resistance and the pierce resistance and the health regen, but we'd gain spirit and elemental damage, so yeah, we can hold on to that anyway. Guess we hold on to that. Aha, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. Interesting. Let's go ahead and hold on to that as well, and that as well. I guess this counts as a material. Seems like these things we can unload reasonably enough. Alright, back to double crossing. Let's talk to the captain first, because, you know, maybe we move up a level? Probably not, but maybe.
Move along. I'm here to speak with the captain.
Wow. Alright. So am I.
Finished? Is the warden dead?
I tracked him down and took his life with absolutely no problems whatsoever. It was, in fact, quite easy. He was the only one who died.
The warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though.
How do you know
There
that?
are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the Grim Dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far.
They haven't developed
Except
swimming.
we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arcovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
So what you're saying is, even though he didn't want to talk to me, he needs to supply me with information so I can go do the stuff that he should have already done. That's what it sounds like to me. Alright, I have some questions. Yeah, how was this Mornay able to explore this old Arcovia? Oh, this isn't voiced. The bridge was destroyed after his trek north. We thought he died out there, but it seems it takes more than bandits and ravenous beasts to bring down old Mornay. Yeah, I have another question. None of these are asking how do we know that Mornay isn't a spy or just on their side, man. Alright, what'll happen to Berwick's now? Imagine that in time we will reclaim it for humanity. The area is still overrun with the dead, though, so we'll have to move carefully. How long do you think we can hold out here with the supplies we've got? I suspect we will last at least a couple months on strict rations. The prison itself is in solid defensible position. Plenty of space to provide shelter for our people. I would not plan on leaving here unless we absolutely had to. That may all change when our food supplies start running out. And now that the warden is dead.
Warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay,
Aha.
for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out
Okay,
there.
yeah. I will speak to this Mornay. That's just all things that we've
trust
heard
that
before.
we're handling everything all right.
Alright, that's all stuff we've already asked
So
you.
you must be the kid that's causing a stir in my
Oh,
absence.
you're not a jerk now.
You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal.
Captain Bourbon said to speak with you.
An old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with a broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to
Interesting.
them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you?
Nah, not really. I think your terms are stupid. Alright, what's the
Before
plan of
we do
action?
anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arcovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
Yeah, why don't I indeed? Now, why do I have to foot up the costs and the materials and then go do all the work myself? What the hell are you doing, Mornay? What good are you? Now, what happened to your expedition? Oh, this isn't voiced either. I set out with another scout, Elsa, to reconnoiter the lands to the northwest shortly after we had secured Devil's Crossing. What we found was a wasteland overrun with predatory beasts, blood-hungry psychopaths, and refugees living in constant terror on the run. So, the people who got away from the prison. Gotcha. Our mission together ended when a vicious band of outlaws surprised us in the night. Elsa had argued against having a fire that night, but I was sure we were concealed. I wasn't cautious enough and she paid the price. So you've killed before and now you're trying to kill me too. Thought I could protect her from anything, but when it came to it, I was felled by a bullet to the ribs before the fighting even broke out. Really? Really? Elsa fought on like a devil, taking down 2 of the outlaws before they knocked her out. They took her with them and just left me there to die. Or with strict orders. I couldn't give up, though. Knowing those thugs had Elsa, I hobbled and then crawled, trying to make my way back to Devil's Crossing, but arrived only to find that the bridge had been destroyed. I collapsed in despair and thought it was the end of me. I woke sometime later in what remained of a little fishing village on the coast. A band of rovers had found me and treated my wounds. As soon as I could stand, I grabbed a dingy rowboat and made my way back to Devil's Crossing. I'll be damned if I'm going to abandon Elsa to torture or worse at the hands of those killers. Dude, that was a while ago. Whatever they were going to do, they've done. She's all I've got left in this world. We need to organize an offensive and every second counts. Sounds to me like everything you said is for me to go. So, you know, yeah, don't you think you're mixing personal vendetta into this? Grim Dawn took my wife. Elsa's like a daughter to me, and I'm not going to let it take her too. The way I see it, Devil's Crossing needs a situation resolved as soon as possible, and I want those scum dead for taking Elsa. Seems our goals align, eh? Very well. Some scrap, some iron. Alright. Step away from the bounty table. Alright, Mr. Quartermaster, where are we at? Alright, we're friendly, but we've got a ways to go. New quest, you say? Yeah, we've got a ways to go until we're at the next level up. So let's go ahead and sell off this stuff. We'll hold on to the rest of it. Yeah, I feel like I can probably get rid of that reasonably easily. Alright folks, and with that I'm going to take a break here, and next time I guess we'll see about repairing this bridge. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you then.